This week you marked 1 year in charge of Gateshead FC. It's fair to say it's been an interesting, eventful year. What have been your thoughts on that?
Well, I've enjoyed it thoroughly. I mean, even the times where it has been turbulent, certainly the summer months were stressful, and I couldn't really get a plan together that I could stick to because things change so often. But I'm delighted that I've ended up with the group I've ended up with, and the type of lads that they are, and the fans have been patient, and they've understood the situation. And I've always said when I first came in, you're going to judge me on my first season where I could pick a squad, and that's what I hope people are doing. And last season, it was great, and they were a great bunch of lads, but I wasn't allowed to bring anybody in of my own, and we done great. There was lots of highlights last season. We were a game away from Wembley. We were looking back at it, we're probably one refereeing decision away from Wembley down there, but these things happen. And this season, as I say, it's been a turbulent summer, and we had to get things going really quickly. But luckily, we recruited well, and we had people ready to go. But you never quite know until you get them on the pitch what kind of players they're going to be. There's a lot of people who look very good in training, but these lads are growing hopefully, and they're going to keep improving. And there are people that were brought in with a bit of experience, like Mike. Mike's getting better and fitter. Mike, when he came in, hadn't played hardly any games and hardly trained. So, and that just doesn't happen overnight. So, hopefully, this is a squad that can improve.
Is there anything in your year here that you've learned in particular that stands out to you?
Yeah, I think when you're managing, you've only been in management for a year. You always learn. Probably even Mourinho and Ferguson will say you learn things every day. But yeah, as a manager, you learn things every day. There's decisions I've made, and there's training sessions I've put on, and there's days I've gave off that ultimately, in hindsight, haven't worked. But that's what you learn from. It's learning. As I say about the squad, it's a work in progress, and I'm learning every day. I'm learning more about them every day. I'm seeing them taking on the messages I'm trying to give them. If the lads aren't taking on the messages I've tried to give them, and that I've been giving them now for sort of 3-4 months. They're the ones that need to step it up a little bit as well.
And on to Saturday's game at Havant, how have the preparations been going into that?
Well, we've had obviously the two lads away with England, which it's fabulous for them. I'm delighted they both got a cap last night, and delighted that Tom and Greg have had recognition as well in the squad. So, but back to the league now. So it's been a good week. We've still got good numbers. We've still got 2 or 3 lads training with us that are looking to try and get involved with us. But obviously it's a lot dependent on what we're allowed to do. But I think now is probably the time where we're going to probably look to get a couple on loan and get some games in them, like we did last season with Elliot, and the season before with John, or before Christmas with John. So yeah, it's busy times. But as I say, we've got good numbers of players. We've got a good squad. It's impossible to keep everybody happy because every footballer wants to play. But we've got a good group, and we involve everybody, and we've got a good togetherness. So even the lads that aren't playing, are delighted that the lads are doing well.
And what do you make of Havant in the threats they potentially pose?
Well, they play a similar system to us. They've got not particularly physical side, but they've got good height, and they've got very good players who have played a couple of leagues, who are sort of similar to what Mike is really, big league experience like Stock and Robinson. So yeah, but they haven't had a great record at home. I'm reluctant to say that about anybody because we were saying that about Braintree start of the season, and they caused an upset. So as I say, when we're talking about lessons learned, it has to be the case of that it doesn't matter what the record is, people can beat anybody on a given day. So we need to be completely focused, and Saturday is the most important game of the season now.
You've had a great sort of month or so on the road. Will you be adopting a similar sort of approach, or will you maybe change things up given Havant's league position?
I don't think. Obviously, when you're in our situation and you're allowed 4 substitutes, there's not a lot needs to change when things are going well. As I say, it's up to the lads who are out the squad to prove. The only thing they can do is prove every day in training force me hand regarding that. But the lads who are in the squad have been brilliant every day as well in training. So as I say, it's difficult. I don't want I don't want to say too much about my team Saturday, but you know, the same type of personnel will be the same type of personnel I'll be picking from.
It's great, as you mentioned, to see Robbie and John with the England setup this week. But has that affected things maybe in terms of the preparation?
Well, it's different for teams at our level, because you know they're taken away for 2 days training. They play the same week and then they play on the Saturday. So, but as I say, we'll tape our training accordingly. I don't think England training sessions, after speaking to sort of the lads, are particularly physically exerting. I think it's more getting to know people. And getting to know the system that England play, and just being part of a national team is great. So I don't think that would have took too much out of them physically. The only thing is obviously Tink starting the game would have had 90 minutes on a Wednesday as opposed to a Tuesday, but he won't train today. We'll do very little tomorrow. He's a fit lad, and we'll assess him and see how he is tomorrow.
Are there any other fitness issues going into Saturday?
Again, the Luke Armstrong saga, which is becoming. You know, he's been told 3 or 4 times he's coming back to us, and then he hasn't. They want to keep hold of him for a little bit longer. So you know, we certainly need to get to the bottom of that, and we certainly need to have words with Middlesbrough about exactly what's going on, because you know, originally we were told it was a sort of 2-week injury, and it's come up to 6 weeks now. So. But you can understand their point of view. They want to protect their player. They believe that the way they look after the players and their medical side of things is the right way to do it. So that's just it's a look of the draw when you've got loan players, I'm afraid. So, but we're just dying to have them back, as any team in the league would be.
Everyone else okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. Mark McManus turned his ankle. He's probably going to be 3 or 4 days, but JJ's been back training now. So it's another one back in the squad. So yeah, so as I say, we've got a strong squad to choose from.